The new Ultraman 2021 season has been announced, and the new Ultraman is called Ultraman TIGA. Quite an interesting name to be given to the new Ultraman, given that all the previous Ultraman has a bit of the Japanese sounding name like Ultraman Hikari, Ultraman Taiga, but this time around it's called Ultraman TIGA, so very interesting, right? Now let's talk about the Henshin device. I think this is something that most of you are quite interested in. The Henshin device is a combination of the Guts Sparklance and also the Guts Hyper Key, and that kind of reminded me of how it is so similar to the previous Kamen Rider W Henshin device as well. It's a USB key, you press a button, there's a sound chip coming out from the device itself, so it's quite similar to the Guts Hyper Key. That's what we are seeing here. Okay, very cool Henshin device and gimmick. I think kids are gonna love this, right? In terms of the costume design, so let's talk about the costume design. Obviously, the Ultraman TIGA is going to be a continuation or in the same universe setting as the original Ultraman TIGA. So if you guys remember, Ultraman TIGA was all about how Ultraman was a giant that awakened after slumber from a cave that they discovered by the scientists. Ultraman TIGA is going to be in the same vein as well. He also awakened from a long slumber after his long battle with the evil giants. So this is what the show setting is going to be all about. But let's talk about the costume. Obviously, because this is going to be the same universe or the same, I would say, continuation of the original Ultraman TIGA series as well, you do see that the costume design is almost like an evolution of the original Ultraman TIGA costume look. It's very cool. I really like how Tsuburaya has done an incredible job of adding quite a lot of detail onto the arm and also on the chest of Ultraman TIGA. That is something that I don't recall seeing in the previous Ultraman costume design. So this time around, you know, kudos to the Tsuburaya team for having the courage to come up with something a little bit different for the costume design itself. Now, let's talk about the character. This time around, the lead character, it does look like they are getting younger and younger from Taiga to Z, and it looks like we're getting back to the Ultraman Jeet kind of age. So this character, the lead character, is actually a lead singer from one of the very popular boy band in Japan. So I don't know them very well, but he looks like a good fit for this show. Let's talk about the timer, the chest timer on Ultraman TIGA. So instead of the usual circular, oval, round shape, this time around we actually have a very sharp angular diamond timer instead. So is that something new? I don't recall seeing this in other Ultraman costume design. So let me know if you guys think this is a new for this series. Now this show is going to air sometime in July, I think July 10th, which is going to be Ultraman Day for some reason. That's what they said on the official website. But it does seem this time around Ultraman TIGA do have quite a lot of new weapons to go to fight all the different kaijus, and most importantly, I think this time around the series will be a little bit different. We won't only get to see kaiju, but we will also see some form of evil giants as what we have seen in the original Ultraman TIGA series before. Now if you're wondering how does the new suit looks like compared to the original Ultraman TIGA, well, here it is. I've given you guys a side-by-side comparison between the power type, multi-type, and also sky type. And of course, obviously Ultraman TIGA is such a beloved Ultraman in the overall franchise, so I do believe that Ultraman TIGA is going to do very, very well. Ultraman Z or Ultraman Z also had a fantastic year. The show got great reception. It was a great actor, great action, great toy as well. The Henshin device is quite fun to play with, and I've heard quite a lot of toy stores have sold out of the Ultraman Z merchandise and toys. So I do think that Tsuburaya is going to have a hit on their hands with Ultraman TIGA. So I'm calling it Ultraman TIGA, but I think in the show it's called Ultraman TIGA. So depending on how you want to pronounce the show itself. All in all, even though I was actually expecting to see a very new, very different Ultraman season, looks like it's quite an interesting decision by Tsuburaya to, you know, go back to its roots, to rediscover what the entire Ultraman franchise is all about. And with a new director on board, this time the director's focus is all about Smile. So I'm not really sure exactly how this is going to translate into the show, but we will be looking. So I really dig the the show, bringing back, of course, the Guts team. So finally again we have a defense team back into the Ultraman TV season. If you guys remember, in a previous 1 or 2 Ultraman shows, just like Ultraman Ginga, they didn't have a defense force. It was just Ultraman battling kaijus, right? So all in all, very cool henshin device, very cool costume design, very cool lead actor as well. I think it's going to do very well in this show. So I'm looking forward to the show coming out in July. But for now, I'm expecting a big bang finish to Ultraman Z or Ultraman Z, depending on where you live on that show. So let's look forward to the new show, and leave me a comment down below. I'll chat up with you guys in terms of what you guys feel about the new show is going to be all about, right? If you're new to our channel, hey, please consider subscribing to our channel, and I'll see you guys down in the comment section below.